Hi, welcome to this section. We are going to be working with the payroll, the payroll tax expense. So the last section was about the employee's amount, what was withheld from the employee's paycheck. This section is about what the employer has to pay in taxes to employ these people. So the last section was all about what was withheld and deducted from the payroll check. This section is about what the employer has to pay the government to employ these individuals. So let's go ahead and go to the work together. So these are the payroll taxes. So when we're doing payroll taxes, we as an employer would have to pay the matching percent for Social Security and Medicare. Those, we split the expense with the employee. But unemployment tax is only based on what we as an employee, or only we as an employer have to pay. So this is if we fire somebody, this is the tax that goes to help pay for unemployment expenses. And let's talk about how these columns work. So this first column is the previous information. So how much in earnings has this employee earned? So these numbers come off of year-to-date numbers from your payroll. Column 3, we are going to subtract column 2 from 7,000. So how far from 7,000 am I? So at 6,100, I am 900 away. At 7,980, I'm already past it. At 8,380, I need 2,620 to go. At 850, I need 150 to go. So what it is this number is how much do I need left to get to 7,000. So if I'm already over 7,000, it is automatically going to be a 0. So column 3 is calculated. In the end of lesson, we're just doing it this way. I believe on the application, you actually have to calculate that number. So this is I wanted to go ahead and go over how that number is calculated. If not, it's going to end up being in the mastery. Column 4 is how much is the earnings in this pay period. So on the check they receive on May 15th, I think this is the same one that's dealing with the May 15th information. How much would they have on their paycheck? So I am going to total up this column and put the number at the bottom. $3,179.79 and 0 cents. So Fuchsia, I think it's called Fuchsia. I always missay it. Earnings. This is your federal unemployment tax earnings. So this is the earnings based for that. So we are trying to figure out how much is in this tax base, because it can be no greater than this number here. So this is the biggest number we can have. Now, you are always going to go with the smaller of these two columns. Column 5 is which number is the smallest. So which number is smaller, 900 or 762? 762 and 50 cents. Which number is smaller, 1,000 or 0? Which number is smaller, 2,620 or 527? Which number is smaller, 150 or $849? This number is the total of this column. And that total is $1,439.50. Now let's go on to the next step. So we're going to calculate the payroll taxes. Social Security and Medicare are off of column 4's total. Again, Social Security and Medicare are the percentages of column 4. So let's go ahead and do those. We're going to take that $3,179 and multiply it by 0.062, and you end up with $197.10. Now, let's go ahead and take that $3,179 and we're going to multiply it times the Medicare tax payable percentage. And so we're going to take 3,179 times 0.0145. And that gives you a total of $46.10. Now, our unemployment tax payable rate is 0.8%. These next two, your unemployment tax payable, is going to be off of your federal unemployment tax. I just lost the last word. Just a second. I'll tell you what the Tax Act numbers. And so we are going to be on the next two multiplying it times the 1439.50. So again, first two are off of column 4's total. The last two are off of column 5's total. So we have 0.008 times 1439.50 gives you $11.52. And again, and I don't know if I told you this at the beginning of this, but you're rounding according to normal rounding rules. So if it's got a long decimal, round it like you would normally round. And so let's do the state tax pay unemployment tax, and that's 5.4%, so 0.054 times 1439.50, and that gives you $77.73. And then for the last thing, your total payroll taxes, this is the payroll taxes that are the employer's own responsibility. The employer has to pay an extra $1,439.50 for taxes. So this is not the amount coming off the employee's paycheck. This is the amount that goes above that the employer is responsible for. If you're self-employed, you have to you're paying both the employee and the employer's amounts on those. Now, oops, okay, I wrote down the wrong number at the bottom. I don't know what I was thinking. That was not the total. $332.45. Sorry. I was looking at my wrong total column. I wrote these down on my paper and was on the wrong spot. Sorry, that's $332.45 when we totaled those up. So the last thing is you are going to journal these in your transactions, and I'm going to get you started, and then I want you to pause it and then continue on. So this is going to happen on May 15th. Oops, May 15th. And this is going to go with your payroll, taxes, expense, and this is off of Memo 46, so M46. Now, the only debit we're going to have is the total we had. So we go up here. It's going to be this total payroll tax amount. Everything else is going to go into a payable account. Get ready to be sent off whenever we need to send off the check to the government because they don't expect a check every paycheck. So we're going to do our Social Security, tax payable, And this is the debit for the above transaction. And so on this one, we're going to actually end up with 4 debits to go with the payroll tax expense. And go ahead and pause it here and see if you can fill in those 4 debits, or excuse me, those 4 credits correctly to go with that debit. And so Social Security tax payable, and then do each of your other ones according to the way you would normally do a debit. So using these totals up here. And you're going to have unemployment tax payable federal and unemployment tax payable state. So it would be just like this title heading right here, just without the percents. Sorry, I forgot to start recording this before I hit check, but you should have had your May 15th, you had the payroll expense as the only debit, and that was a $332.45. These other numbers, you can double check it, make sure they add up to equal this amount. And then you have your Social Security tax payable, Medicare tax payable, unemployment tax payable federal, and unemployment tax payable state. Check those numbers and see if you match up.